Hey, party people, Nicole coming at you. And today I'm going to talk about a fun subject. It's the divining tool, the pendulum. And we're going to talk about which way the pendulum is swinging for you. So hang on tight and we're going to get started. For those who don't know me, my mystical, magical experiences began when I was a child. Yes, I was born this way. No, I'm not certified as a psychic, but I am a psychic medium and I was born this way. And I'm going to share with you some lessons about how you can hone in your intuitive psychic powers. So let's begin. You know, when I was young, I walked into the realms of portals and traveled through different dimensions, not knowing what that was. I just happened to move through that energy. And I would play with my dolls, but my dolls were spirits. And as I became a teenager in Silicon Valley, I was taught about the energy of crystals through Marcel Vogel. And Marcel Vogel talks about crystals. Here's a crystal, selenite. It's a good friend of mine. I've always got crystals around because they're fun. I don't know if you could see this one. It is, maybe this one is a little bit better. This one here is a crystal skull. I just love to have them around me. And the great thing about a pendulum is it is a crystal on a string, right? What are pendulums? And you can use any pendulum you want. And maybe if we have time today, we'll even talk about how to use your body as a pendulum. Let's get started. Pendulums, what are they? They are ancient dowsing tool. It's a divine tool, a divining tool that is used to say maybe yes or no. Are you wrong? Are you right? Have you seen these before? I love these. Okay, this one is really pretty. A little angel on the moon, little fairy on the moon. Yes and no, right? So which way does your pendulum? Maybe, right? You remember that little magical 8 ball? I've got another one right here, and I love these little charts because as we're starting out, we can have fun with these. What are the energies telling us? And it is a simple answer to sometimes a hard question that is icky and we can't detach ourselves from. You probably have even seen this one before too, right? And what you're going to do is, very simple. It's not easy. And we use pendulums. Sometimes I use them when I can't make a decision or detach from the outcome and I don't have a friend or maybe another psychic around that I can ask a question for. And I just need the answer. And I want to use my energy, the energy within, but I'm not able to get out of my monkey mind totally, or maybe I don't trust at that moment. It could be a little hard, maybe buying a car. I had a friend who went to a car lot and she wanted to know, does she want the bigger 4-door or did she want the smaller 2-door? What was hers? Well, she compared all the statistics. She had her husband with her, but she wanted to make sure her left brain and her right brain were aligned. And that's what we do when we want to channel spirit and we want to make more of a strategic, analytical decision, but we want to make sure that they balance. And sometimes we just can't always do that, right? A little sip of coffee. If you know me, when I've been speaking for quite a while now, my throat gets a little dry when I speak, and I just embrace that. Some people, hey, you can't drink on camera, but Who are they? You know, they're not on camera. So let's talk a little bit more about pendulums. They can be a crystal on the string, or this is copper. And I love copper, the copper wire. We all know is Tesla's copper wire, which, what does that copper wire do? That copper wire channels and hones in its own energetic connection. And crystals are a conduit and a repeater too. So they repeat that energy and they repeat your energy. And the intention is to only utilize your positive energy that you have already connected with that. Here we go. Here's another one on a necklace. You can wear that as a necklace and utilize it and take it with you. Just simply pick one. I just pick that on this. I could use a crystal at the end of that, and that's something else. So, okay, so what actually is it physically? It's just a crystal at the end of a string, a chain, or a rope, right? And how do we use it? There is a multitude of methods to dowsing, but most include the connection to your pendulum and asking it questions. So we'll play a little bit with that. And you want to ask questions of your higher self, right? Just talked about spirit and the connection. Can be done simply with a great ritual. But, you know, I like to use the simple method. If you ever watch the show Charmed on TV, the girls get a map out. We don't use maps anymore. We use GPS. GPS is our internal system, is what we're talking about, the map of life. And the girls get a map out and they pick with a pendulum. They swing the pendulum over it till that pendulum connects to the place on the map of where the person is that they're searching for. And it's just our simple guidance. We don't want to get too hectic into it. It's just a divining tool. There are so many, many ways and things to do it, but this is just a simple start. And the next in this series will be a meditation to connect to your pendulum and more a one-on-one. You're going to want to center yourself. Do you breathe in? Do you breathe out? That is just simple, right? You want to make sure you can use oils, you can have them in the air, you can have incense, you want to clean your room, you want to clean your space. Whoa, Nicole, that sounds like a big ritual. Okay, yes, it can be when you're looking at your altar and you want to connect. But if you practice a few times on the big scale, right, of how to use the pendulum at any ritual, you want to practice at the bigger scale. So as the days go by, you learn to hold into your pendulum intuitively, and you can go yes or no, right? How does the pendulum swing? So let's try a little example, right? Mine go back and forth. So in front of me, in back of me, yes, 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 yes. No, left and right, no, right? Those are how the boards are held, right? Back and forth, yes or no, left to right, no, no, no. You want it to be the same answer for that position. If it's left and right, no. If back and forth, yes. And I mean the same position for you. You want the same consistent motion. So if you get, out of it and it's no more back and forth, is it left or right? No, this is a little bit of a diagonal. Maybe you're not quite connected. If you keep getting maybe you're not totally connected, don't assume. The reason you use the pendulum is so you don't have to get caught up in a frantic, anxious, stressful answer. So what you do is when you breathe, just today is a simple, simple connection. Breathe in, breathe out. Get your pendulum. And you're going to say, hey, should I wear the crystal necklace today? And what does it say? Without moving your arms, just let it go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. simple yes or no questions. Because as you ask longer philosophical questions, the pendulum is only meant for simplicity and the connection to you. And you're going to say, should I wear the black necklace? And all of a sudden it goes side to side, which is my no, which is my no. So I shouldn't have worn the black necklace. Thank you for confirming that I wore this crystal necklace today that a client had made for me. And it's that simple. You put one of these little charts down and you can connect with it. The reason for the charts, these are simple, they're only a couple bucks. I'm not telling you go out and spend tons and tons of money, because Lord knows once you start getting into this, you're always going to have many tools, crystals and necklaces and jewelry and, oils and sprays and herbs and, rune stones. You've got to have everything. What I do is I keep it simple, because I want to get to the point, and I want everybody to get to the point. I am at the point now, I've always wanted, I should say, to get to this point where I can utilize my body as the main tool and can hone in the frequencies, because my body goes everywhere. I don't have to pack a lot of things. I don't need a lot of things. I utilize these tools to show. And sometimes I just like to have fun and use them because they're there. And if you want a toy, you want to connect, pick it up, make it simple. So take your board or your cloth, put it down on the table, pick up your pendulum that you've connected with, and ask a question, right? You're going to want to start at the 0 point, and hopefully it'll stop swinging for a second and you can see. Pendulum, is this a good video? And what does the pendulum say? Give it a second. Do not move. Just calm. And the reason you want to breathe calmly is because you want to breathe, right? Is because you can relax into it and you're not moving the pendulum. Pendulum, is it yes? Or pendulum, is it no? I don't know, maybe. You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to get hectic. You don't want to get into it. So you just go to the 0 point and you ask it yes or no. Is this a good video? And pendulum says, thumbs up. I'm giving it a yes. All right. So that was simple, right? Simple things. Pendulums. What should you use? What do you like? Do you like the obsidian? I love the antique coloring, the antiquing on this. Do you like simplicity? Another one, obsidian here. The simplicity of this one, you can just take everywhere. It's a simple one. You can put in a little bag, put it in your purse. I put them in little bags, and I can put that in my purse. It stays protected. I don't lose it. It's not heavy. I love this one. I am so connected to this one. It's copper. Again, it's frequency. And so it's just straight frequency. I love simplicity. Sometimes I just like it because it's pretty. What am I connected to? So once you've identified your yes or no responses, what are they? Does it swing left to right? Does it swing back and forth? Or does it spin? Sometimes if I want a hell yeah from spirit, it's just going to swing. And it's like, hello, hell yeah. That's a great thought, idea, and a next step. And you just want to stay in clarity. We'll talk more about that in another time. And so how do you use it? If you're struggling, your decisions, again, are not clear, and you've been using meditations and you just can't get out of your monkey mind, or, sometimes deep within the shadow, we're very connected to a thought, a decision, and moving forward, and we can't separate from the yay or nay. It's not that simple, whichever direction we go. Do we move into a new house? Maybe we have to leave a roommate. Maybe we're moving into a new house and getting married. Maybe it's in a different state or a different country. That can, bring in a lot of emotions. And so how do we separate from that? Not only do you have to do a lot of deep shadow work and see what that is that's stopping you, but you can use a pendulum in simplicity. And as you do that, what happens is the divining tool, the pendulum, is simple. Make that decision for you so you don't have to stay in that vat of emotions. Have a good cry, do your spiritual work, but let the pendulum help you find that. You know, what you want to do, sometimes hold it to your heart. You know, pendulum, I ask that you connect to my heart's wish and fulfillment. You know, fulfill, you know, what that desire is moving forward. Give me a simple yes or no, right? Because our heart, even though it's one of our three brains, our brain, our heart, and our stomach, we want to find that heart space so we're not overthinking it. You can go anywhere. You can go to Amazon. You can go to your psychic store. Wherever you purchase it, purchase the one that speaks to you. If you really want a specific crystal, search that. If you want to have fun, go, hey, I clicked this and I went, oh, that's fun. I love this. It's fun. This is so pretty. I got this. And this pendulum was a business pendulum and said, hey, this is brass tacks, girl. You need to get down to business. That's what that pendulum is for. And so it's you, boo. Be in your energy, be in your moment. Never doubt your judgment. Start to channel your energy. And this is part of your awakening magic. And then the next video, you'll see a connection, a deeper, deeper connection, and meditation to connect to spirit and your divine tool. Thanks for watching.